Hey guys, so I thought I would do a little check-in on how everybody is doing right now with everything that's going on around the world. So a lot of us are stuck at home. It is affecting a lot of people's lives. I'm in a transatlantic relationship and my boyfriend was supposed to be visiting tomorrow. He was going to be flying over, and so we've had to cancel his trip, and we were going to take a road trip down to Georgia and to get some sunshine, and I've had to cancel that trip. So a lot of plans have been changed and a lot of people are really missing out on that. So I think the biggest thing to do at this point is to just be kind to everyone that you see, and most of all, try to stay connected. I get that it can be like a very lonely time right now, so I feel for you guys, and I feel for anybody who is in a place that they have been displaced or is not feeling comfortable with where they are right now. But that being said, I just wanted to point out some tips and tricks that I use when I'm working from home. I do actually get to work from home normally like a quarter to half of the week. So I am quite well versed in how to stay motivated and stay happy with not being able to go out and about all the time. So tip number one, I think, for working from home, if that is the situation that you're in, is making a space that you can work that's not your bed. And that was a bit of a learning curve for me, because sitting in bed, like setting your alarm for 2 minutes before you have to work and just grabbing your computer and working from bed is so luxurious for a while, until it's like 5 days later and you haven't showered and you're starting to feel like you're not a real person anymore. So don't go down that road. It's not the best one to go on. So get up, set your alarm as if you're going to work like a normal person, and take a shower, put your makeup on if that's something that you do. That I like to on days that I'm working from home usually, just because it makes me actually feel more productive. But to each their own. Anyway, that's what I would suggest. I would also suggest making a cute area to do your work, so you're not sitting on your couch all day and so you're not sitting in your bed all day. I set up a really cute little desk that I can show you guys, and I have some of my favorite books on it and some cute pictures, and just it's right by a window, so I have a lot of natural light. So step one, make a great place to work. Step two, I would say, for working from home, one of my biggest problems is overworking myself. And it's so much easier when you're at home to just keep working past deadline, or not deadlines, but past hours that you're supposed to be working or that you're getting paid for. Don't do that. You're getting paid the same amount as you would when you're in your office or wherever you're working. And I think it's a lot easier when you're working from home to feel like you have to prove yourself and you have to like make sure that you are getting everything done, which obviously you should still get everything done and you should work the hours that you're getting paid to work, but you can get up and take a break and make a cup of tea or stretch your legs for a little bit, and just like remember that even though you are working from home and you don't have that pressure from maybe people at your workplace or your boss sitting next to you or something, you do have the ability to still be human and breathe, and you won't have that trip to the coffee machine or that little chat with your coworker that would normally break up your day. So I think that's important to take into consideration, to just really give yourself some time. As far as being stuck at home without work, if you are not able to work remotely, or if you are just have a lot of hours on hand now that you can't go out and see friends and can't go out to the movie theater, to a restaurant, because those are all closed here in Minnesota, and I know they are around the world as well. Some things that I really like to do are DIY projects, and I think that that's something that is a great thing to do when you're stuck at home, because it lets you be creative and it gets some stuff out of the way. So I'll show you one thing I've been doing, and I'm gonna make a video of these maybe next week or something, so I'll show you that. But this is a pillow that I made from scratch. This was some fabric that I thrifted at a little shop in York, England last time I was there before coronavirus, and I think it's gorgeous. And it's actually a Laura Ashley fabric, and I found this and I got the fabric for like $2. And then I just used some old stuffing from an old pillow that I didn't like anymore and put that in there. So this pillow would normally cost a lot of money if you were buying an actual throw pillow this size. And it said it cost me $2, and it was really fun to make. And it's like, I think, decent quality. So yeah, something like that you could do. Another thing you can do while you're stuck at home is do more cooking and baking. My cousin who lives with us is currently baking pumpkin bread right now, and it smells absolutely delicious. But we've all really been spending more time intentionally making food, and it's been amazing. We made like a whole St. Patrick's Day dinner last night. I was so disappointed because we couldn't go out for St. Patrick's Day, but we made like corned beef and boiled potatoes and cabbage, and I had Guinness, and it was just, you know, it was nice. It was cozy. So this is really a time that you get to be present in what you're doing and really dig into those hobbies or things that you like to do when you're at home. And I think it's a good way to stave off the disappointment or the restlessness or the, you know, wanting to get out and see the world when you can't. It's always harder for me if someone's telling me that I can't do it. So yeah, here we are. But we gotta stay safe, gotta keep everybody healthy. So let's see, another thing that I think is a good way to use your time and also kind of festive for the season is to plant some seeds. So I like to have a garden every year, and the past few years we have not been planting one because we just haven't had the time and the energy to do it all. But this year we have the time and we're stuck at home, so we're gonna plant some seeds, and it's really helpful, I think, to just add some food to your table that you grew yourself. And you can really do it on a windowsill even if you don't have space outside, or if you're in a cold climate like the Midwest and you're up north and everything is still snowy. I said that as I'm looking outside and there's snow on the ground and it's cloudy. But even like you can take a head of lettuce and cut it off at the bottom and stick it in a jar of water, and it'll grow new lettuce for you. You don't have to buy it every single time from the store, especially when we're not supposed to be going out. So something, and it gives you something to take care of while you're at home if you don't have pets, or if you do and you just want something more to do to keep your time filled with activities. So I think that's a good idea to really get into, and it just helps you feel like you're doing something meaningful and helpful for your future, which at this point is kind of a scary thing to think about. Let's see, what else? I did say earlier that it is important to stay connected right now. I have scheduled to call with some old friends pretty much every single night this week. And I think that's really cool because usually during my week I get so busy and I don't stay in touch with my friends that live far away or live in different countries. I have a friend who's living in Greenland right now, and she has basically just got stuck there, and there aren't going to be any more flights out because they are quarantining. So I'm going to talk with her tomorrow night, and I'm going to talk with another friend who's feeling under the weather tonight on the phone. So it's just a good time to really reach out and take that time, take that extra half hour or an hour or 2 hours, depending on how long you've talked to them last, and just feel like you're not alone in the world right now. Another thing you can do is take a walk outside, because self-isolating or quarantining or whatever they're telling you to do is great, but it doesn't mean that you have to sit in your room all day. It just means that you're not supposed to be around people and getting your germs all over things. So whether that means going for a walk in a park or going for a walk in your backyard or just going down your road, depending on where you live, do it. But just don't breathe on people and don't touch people, and just keep your distance so that everyone can stay healthy. But it definitely doesn't mean you have to stay inside. And if you do live in a city or a more crowded space, go at night if it's safe, and or just later in the afternoon or really early in the morning when there aren't going to be a lot of people around. Those are my tips. Also, this blanket has basically been my lifesaver for the entire winter, and so I'm going to link it below, because if you are still living in a barren tundra like I am, this is a heated blanket. I think it's from Walmart, and it is fantastic. It's like Sherpa lined on the inside. It's got 5 different settings, and it is the coziest thing. I've literally lived in this the past few months and now into March, because spring now doesn't exist in this part of the country. So I'll link it down below. It's so cozy, and I think it's a staple for keeping the mood up and just feeling like a little bit cozier and a little bit happier this time of year. Yeah, anyway, I hope some of those tips help, and hopefully we can all get through this and get healthy and keep people safe while we are home. And also, most of all, stay happy, because honestly, it's really depressing hearing all of the news and people freaking out everywhere. And I get that, and I get that we all want to travel and we all want to go places and do things and see people. So I think we can catch up on our favorite shows, read some of our favorite books, or a book that you've been meaning to read. Join an online book club. Zoe Sugg, or the Zoella website, has a book club, and they read a different book every single month, and they have on their Instagram stories different questions and things that you can read and answer, and it's just kind of a good way to be in communion with other people, because otherwise, if you're reading on your own, that's great too, but this way you have something to talk about and feel like you're connected with other people. So I think that's also a good idea to do. I'm not currently doing that, but I might, because the book I'm reading currently is almost done and I need something new to read. So, fun fact. Anyway, I think that's going to be it. If there's anything else that I think of, I will make another video, because that's easy to do and there's a lot of time on our hands. So, be creative, guys. Try to stay happy and stay at home. Bye!